Oh, hey there, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This is the Legends of Tarot Daily Tarot for Sunday, April the 14th. That's right. How are you guys? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for thumbing up and watching and liking these videos. It means so much to me that you tune in and that we're connecting. So I want to take a moment to wish you all the best in bliss, abundance, joy, and happiness. Excuse me. As always, the wishing will continue on this channel. And speaking of wells, we have a little interesting portion. I'll get back to well in a moment. We have an interesting thing in the legends portion. So I want to rewind the clock like 4.5 centuries ago on March 14th. And it was 1561 the year. And we're in Nuremberg, Germany. And what happened on this day is everybody woke up and like this was like one of the greatest mass sightings events in ufology, lore, legend, or history, because the people of Nuremberg that morning reported seeing like Star Wars, like literally like TIE Fighter versus X-Wing, circle versus triangle, like blow them, shoot them down out of the sky, crash a spaceship into the side of the hill kind of thing going on that morning. And as for the truth of this legend, or like it was printed the next day and it's like archived and it's like a factual thing that they reported being seen. But was it really? Was it really? Some people say it was like sun dogs, like they were witnessing strange lights from astronomical events. My personal theory is that maybe there was like a little bit of dosing in the town's drinking water. Maybe somebody threw some psilocybin or some peyote in there, and everybody was just woke up super crackerjacked. But you know, who knows? It could have been. I don't like to discuss really aliens or politics on this channel. We'll get right back into tarot and focus on you, the viewer, making that intuitive connection here today. So whatever you think, I just thought that was a cool thing to talk about, like one of these like Star Wars actually making the front page of the daily paper about 4.5 centuries ago. We think it's a new problem. Yeah, right. Okay, let's go here. And again, all the best to you and yours. Let's take a look at tarot, see what's up here for Sunday, April the 14th. Okay, Five of Wands. So you might be feeling a little bit knee-deep in the hoopla today, so to speak. There could be like things of a competitive nature, things of like the Moggy Mire, getting bogged down in text or in work or in, having to put up with something. You know, the Five of Wands is like coping mechanisms and strategies, things of that nature that you might be having to rely upon today too if you find yourself in any arduous type energies at work. Okay, the Five of Wands. We've also got Four of Wands up here now, celebrating the end of the day. I think you'll be glad once this one here is done. You'll be happy to kick your heels back and say, hey, another week in the books, we're off to a good start. And things, you know, this is a card of appreciation. And the blending or the melding of two things, right? Because some of you could receive news of a wedding invitation or something on this day as well, if not a planned, of a pre-planned one, and the celebration behind it. So Sunday dinners with family, expect a call, maybe meeting up with people somewhere, those who you share your love with. Okay, wow, and it's looking now to be quite a social day. You know, people coming, people going, in through the indoor and out through the outdoor all day long, so to speak. Could be dealing with like extended families or a lot of calls, a lot of communication, coming back and forth on a Sunday, right? Touching base, reaching out, and then finding harmony, that stillness, especially for those of you that are in the domestic dream or the domestic areas of the matrix, where it's like having your loved ones just around you just gives you that sense of realness and belonging and a good time to connect with them this evening. All right, and don't worry, anything that you don't get to today, anything that you didn't get to today or won't get to, maybe based on the fact that it is so busy and other people are eating up your time, don't worry about it. You can take care of it tomorrow. Don't let it keep you up. The Nine of Swords kind of been floating around these last few days, and it's kind of like with everything that's kind of coming to a head here. It's like fast moving energy, a lot of people just like spending, a lot of people outgoing, actively doing. This has been a very doing portion, right? So this card here suggests if you find yourself on the wrong side of that, or maybe a little bit out of control, don't let your mind play its normal game with you, and it wants to talk to you and keep you from your rest and from your healing, right? Those kinds of things. Make sure we're aligned with some meditation, some quiet time, getting into the gap, that sort of thing as the evening hours roll around. And it's not always an easy thing to do, right? But this is a call to be strong through all the busyness, through all the things and all the connections going on in the day, right? Have lots of strength, and just know that if you can't reach out, or if you're feeling blocked in any way, that it doesn't need to honestly happen in a breakthrough moment. This can be many signs of just like breaking it up into smaller thought forms that you can handle. Smaller steps if need be, right? Reminded that old movie like What About Bob, where he's doing baby steps everywhere. It's like that sort of metaphor for anything that you feel is a larger block, where it's like, if we can't take care of it and have it gone or out of the way for tomorrow, what kind of intentions and attentions can we be setting to start chipping away at ways around it, or ways to undermine it, so that eventually whatever could be blocking you is no longer doing so. Like this knee deep in the hoopla, or this feeling of being bogged down in the mire today. It's like, make sure your responsibilities are taken care of. Don't let things like back taxes or anything like that take up too much longer. It's time, if you have been procrastinating, to really get a move on, because there is a wake up call coming in this full moon and in this sun transit into Taurus. It's going to be like kind of like expecting you to have popped or be ready for it, so to speak, and we'll be getting hints of that through the day in terms of how things are coming through, circles and triangles, all that say like psychic ability and intuition, right? So yeah, we'll close it off at that before I get too rambly bambly. Love you lots, and we'll see you tomorrow.